All right, make sure you have your math notebook calculator. So this is number 32 on the 2022 STAR test. It says which graph does not represent a y as a function of x? Okay, so remember the vertical line test? You have to see if it passes through the line more than once. Okay, and this is just separate points, so it just hits it one time all the way across. So that is a function. Right here, it's one time, all the way across. So that's also a function. If you look at G, it only touches it one time all the way across. It's a function. So let's see what's going on with J. So one time. But look what happens here. Okay, you have it touching here and here. So the x value of -1 repeats. So that is not a function. All right, next question. Mount Fuji in Japan can be modeled as a cone with a diameter of 25 miles and a height of 2.35 miles. Which measurement is closest to the volume of Mount Fuji? Okay, so volume for a cone. Remember, it's on your STAR reference chart, but it looks like this. Volume is equal to 1/3 area of the base times the height. The base is a circle. It looks like this. So that's pi r squared for the base part, and then the height. All right, we're going to plug in our number. So it says diameter of 25. We need the radius. So you're going to divide 25 by 2, and you get 12.5. So it doesn't say to use 3.14 for pi, but since it's multiple choice, you could still use 3.14. Remember, if it's not multiple choice, do not use 3.14. Use that pi key on your calculator, which is above that caret key. So it's that second function. All right, 12.5 to the second power, and then the height is 2.35. Okay, so let's start with the 12.5 squared. Put in your calculator, 156.25. So write that out. 156.25 and then 2.35. All right, let's go ahead and multiply these three numbers using the calculator. So we have the 156.25 should already be in your calculator from squaring it. Now let's do times 3.14 because it takes that answer, and then times 2.35. 1152.96875. Now, still have to do the third, which multiplying by 1/3 is the same as dividing by 3. So we're going to write all this out. So that number should be in your calculator display. Just push the division key. 3. Divide by 3 comes out to 384.3 and so on. Now, our numbers are off because we didn't use the pi key, but looking at our answer choices, B would be the correct answer. All right, next one. We did this in class, actually, so we'll just run through this real quick. So you have a box for the refrigerator. So it's a rectangular prism since it's a box. It measures 4 feet by 5 feet and of the base, so the base of the box. And then the total surface area is 148. What is the height? Okay, so here's our box. All right, so good enough there, right? So we are looking for the height. We don't know what that is. We know this is 5 and this is 4. Now we have our formula. surface area is the perimeter times the height plus twice the base for surface area. It's on your formula chart. So the perimeter, remember, is the perimeter of the base. So this is also 4 and this is also 5. So you add those together, or you do 2 times 5, twice the length, plus 2 times 4. And that's 10 plus 8. So the perimeter is 18. All right, the base, remember that's the area of the base. It is a rectangle, so you just do length times width. So we're going to do 5 times 4, and we get 20. All right, we're going to use that formula, plug in the numbers that we have. Oh, we do know what the surface area is. Remember, it is up here. Surface area is 148, so I'm going to put that for the S. Then we're going to put 18. We don't know what H is. And then we're going to do 2 times 20. Simplify that. 2 times 20 is 40. Now solve the two-step equation because we need to isolate the variable. So subtract 40. You get 108 is equal to 18H. And then divide by 18. So H is 6. So if it was like this, you do plus. You don't have to put the zeros over here and grid it. It's probably not going to be griddable like this. It's going to be where you just have to put it'll be just this part. You have to put the numbers in the correct place by you. When it's online like that, that's what they have you do. All right, the next one, the two student groups went to an amusement park on the same day. Group 1 bought 9 tickets and received a $120 discount. And then Group 2 bought 3 tickets and received a $30 discount. Both groups spent the same amount of money on tickets. The price of each ticket was the same. What is the cost of each ticket? So we don't know the cost of each ticket. We'll use the letter C for cost. So there's 9 tickets for group 1, so 9 times the cost of each one would be 9C. It's a discount. You're going to subtract 120 from that. And group 2 is 3C, discount minus 30. It says they spent the same amount. So those two amounts will be equal. We are going to need to get the variables on the same side. So I'm going to subtract the 3C from both sides. I get 6C minus 120 is equal to negative 30. All right, then we're going to add, it's a two-step equation. Now we're going to add 120 to both sides. Okay, so that's negative 30 plus 120, which is the same as 120 minus 30. So we have 6C on the left side. This would be 90. And then our last step is to divide by 6. So then you figure out what C is. It should be 15. So you can use your calculator. Make sure you have the correct answer. All right, so that one is, the answer is C. C. All right, here's our next problem. Which set of ordered pairs represents y as a function of x? Remember, the x cannot repeat. That's x comma y. So if we look at f, we have 4, 2, 1, and 1. These repeat. That is not a function. For g, we have negative 7, negative 15, negative, these repeat, and so do the 7s, so not a function. 11.1, 5.1, 12.1, 6.1, they are all different. That is a function. This one looks like the square root of 1 repeats, so not a function. All right, next question. So the coordinates of the vertices of the triangle are given. It's dilated by a scale factor of 3/2 with the origin at the center. if XY represents the location of any point on a triangle, XYZ, which ordered pair represents the location of the point? So that's a lot of words. Don't overthink this. So it's dilated. So this is the scale factor. So it would be 3/2 x. You multiply the x and the y value by whatever the scale factor is. By the way, this should be a y. Sorry, this would be an enlargement. The figure would be larger because it's a number greater than 1. All right, so it looks like A is the correct answer there. All right, next one. So Larry put $1,287 in a savings account 8 years ago. The account earns 4% annual simple interest. Simple interest is this formula. He made no deposits or withdrawals. Based on the information, what is the balance in dollars? So balance in dollars and cents after 8 years. Okay, so you have to be careful. We're going to find the interest, but then we have to see what the balance is after that. So let's do the interest first. Our principal is $12,087. Our the interest is 4%, so you have to put that as 0.04. And then for time, it's 8 years. All right, so use your calculator, find the interest times 0.04 times 8. So $411.84 is what was earned, but it asked for the balance. So now you have to add what he put in to the account plus the interest to get the balance. That money is still there. You just added the interest to it. $1698.84. Oops, yeah, $1698.84. So it would be a positive amount. I would start here with just so you don't get on the, and it's online, so really this is all you're going to have to do. You won't have to do any bubbling. If you do, it's just, y'all know how to bubble. All right, let's see if we have time for one more. So a student traveled a distance of 68 miles in 136 minutes. Which graph has a slope that best represents this? All right, so here's our time. So let's go ahead and remember y over x. So let's see what that comes out to. And the distance is our y, so that's 68 over 136. So let's see what that rate would be. 68 divided by 136. Okay, so it's 0.5. All right, so that's the unit rate. So 1 should be landing at 0.5. This is too high. This one looks pretty good here. This one doesn't even start at 0. It should start at 0, wrong. And that's just a flat one. So it is C for here. All right, because of time, we'll go ahead and stop this recording and we'll continue on the next one. If you have any questions, let me know.